Hi, I'm Rachel Whitefield, certified life coach, and with me is our resident blunt bitch, Jackie Black. Thank you for joining us on another fabulous episode of Whiskey Bent
Spellbound with Black.
and Whitefield.
All right.
Whew.
What are we drinking?
Oh, I'm Jackie. I am so glad you asked. It once again, it is a choose your own adventure day here on the podcast. I have once again from last week's episode, I believe, Castle and Key Restoration Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey, released in 2022. And then it has like on the back bottle number, batch number, year age. So it has like it's like small batch. It's very good.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it has these like
Ooh.
female arms like building the word restoration, which I really like. So
It's
it
a
is
good bottle.
it is a very good bottle, like from the cork, and it has like the sunburst pattern on the top, and it says like Castle and Key on it. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I love I love good marketing. I love a good design. So
Packaging.
yes, what are you drinking today?
My Tennessee Honey Whiskey by Jack Daniels.
Mm.
It's my top. Jack Daniels Honey Whiskey, for some reason, although a very affordable whiskey, a standard American whiskey, it's
Mhm.
definitely in my top 5 of favorites.
I know. I almost grabbed that at the store, but I was like, I grabbed a different bottle for like next time. So I'm very excited about that. But before I
Yes.
pour, I've got
What
my
are
new
your ice?
cup. I know I've got my new Art Deco cup, but I just want to do classy today. I have giant cubes
Those are pretty.
with like rose quartz shimmer on it. So the ice
That is
itself looks really like not kind of plain, but I'm like, oh, once it starts melting, it'll just be like so shimmery and beautiful.
It's going to be gorgeous. I have
Gorge.
regular cubes, but that's because I just got back from my sister's bachelorette trip and it was Harry Potter themed, which was so cute. Can't handle.
Mhm.
But she handed out teeny tiny spell bottles of edible glitter for us to put in our booze all weekend. So I
Yeah.
was like, let me put some plain ice in there and use the spell bottle of glitter. Shout
Ooh.
out the future Mrs. Myers for taking a page out of the Whiskey Bent and Spellbound playbook and handing out this edible glitter. We were throwing these little tiny bottles of edible glitter in all of our cocktails after we got them this weekend. And
Right?
people like really thought that the cocktails that we were getting, because you can get cocktails in the park,
Hmm.
people really thought that like the
It was like
glitter,
an add-on guest experience.
yeah, they were like, where'd you get the glitter drinks? And we were like, here you go, here's a little bit of
Fancy
edible
sprinkles.
glitter.
Get on it.
Fancy sprinkles
We
is where
brought
it's.
our own.
And then
Ooh, I can see my
on
shit.
top of that, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make myself a cocktail. Usually
Mm-hmm.
I have a whiskey ginger, but today I have lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
Whiskey and like just a whiskey and lemonade is such a good combo, and it's really, really refreshing.
And you have honey whiskey and lemonade.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
ooh, I bet that tastes
It's
so
going to
good.
be pretty sweet and like
Hmm.
real easy to drink, but look at that.
Ooh, gosh.
Oh my goodness,
Oh my goodness,
clinky.
clinkies. Okay, down the hatch.
Clinkies down
Mm.
the hatch. What is this?
Okay. Well, Jacqueline.
Oh, it's so tasty.
Oh,
It actually is so
when
tasty.
I come and visit, I want you to make that for me.
I will make it for you. Ladies,
Done.
lemonade, Jack Daniel's honey whiskey, trust me. And then, of course, a splash of fancy sprinkles.
Yes. Our life is not complete without our fancy sprinkle cocktail of the week.
There, it really is not.
It's not. It's not. Um, I poured myself a glass of wine the other day and I was like, I second guessed myself whether or not I should put like glitter in it. And I was like, yeah, that's what I do.
It's not whether or not we
It's
put
which
glitter.
it's which one.
It's how much. It's what color.
And that's not even at a party. I was just at home by myself adding glitter. So I was just like, that is the world in which I live. It's the main
Yeah,
character energy we bring all the time.
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. I love it so much. Clinkies.
Clinkies, clinks. We're about it.
Hmm.
Mm. And cheers, Jackie. And we have a fun episode today.
Yeah,
Uh,
I love this idea.
Speaking of a little bit of a grab bag, we have decided to do a Reddit perusing of Am I the Asshole? So I have
Yes.
chosen 2 stories. Jaki has also chosen 2 stories that we have never read before, and we will just discuss, dissect in the moment in real time. So follow us along the journey of Am I the Asshole? So, Jacqueline, are you ready?
I'm ready. You go first.
Okay, let's see. Okay, this is again from Reddit. Am I the asshole for asking my wife to do her responsibilities?
I
Okay.
already am annoyed. The
Okay.
answer is yes,
You know,
dude.
I would say, off the bat, we're both gonna say yes, you're an asshole. Okay, but let's see. This is a little bit of an entry, so let's go for it. This is the original poster, OP. A little about me. I am 30 and my wife is 29. Before we got married, we knew each other for 3 years. We decided I would be the sole earner, responsible for finances and taxes, while she would be a housewife, taking care of the kids and household duties. We agreed she would never work, and I wouldn't ask her to either. In the first 2 years of our marriage, we didn't have kids. I worked from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sometimes she'd wake up and make me breakfast, sometimes she wouldn't. I didn't mind because we were early in our marriage. On days she made breakfast, she would also pack me lunch. On days she didn't wake up early, I would eat both breakfast and lunch at work. She would wake up around 12 to 2 p.m., do household chores, and wait for me to come home. We would have dinner together and spend time going out for movies, dinners, or visiting friends at least twice a week. All right, it sounds like he married a night owl. That's okay.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome to my world, sweetie pie. Let's see.
Yeah.
This year we had a baby. I took 1 month leave to help her, which is the maximum my job allows. The state leave was an option because the subsidized pay wouldn't cover our bills. After my leave, her parents stayed with us for 2 months, helping with the baby. I supported all the household bills during this time. After they left, our baby was 3 months old, and this is when issues began. My wife is used to her previous routine of waking up late and now found it difficult to manage caring for the baby and household chores. I offered to help by cleaning the first floor of our house and putting our baby to bed several times a week, despite working from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., handling all immigration paperwork, taxes, bills, and grocery shopping since she doesn't drive. It sounds like he got a mail order bride. I'm not quite sure.
It sounds like she's at least from another country.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
However, every day I come home, she seems angry or upset, often taking it out on me. Sometimes it's about the baby, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's about me not helping enough around the house. Today, we had an argument where I asked why she consistently struggling with her responsibilities. I acknowledged that she had an easier life in the first 2 years of our marriage because she didn't work, but reminded her that we had planned on this baby and understood it would require more work. We had agreed she would be the primary caretaker and housewife, but now she would not stop complaining and we can't stop having fights. Am I the asshole for asking her to fulfill her share of the household responsibilities? Jackie.
Well, shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really hard. Like at first I was like, yeah, you're an asshole. But it sounds like being a mom has been very overwhelming for her. And also she might be having a little bit of postpartum depression, which I don't think men initially think about what that does.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that like when you have a baby, the brain dumps a bunch of chemicals, just like creates and dumps a bunch of chemicals, and it can cause like postpartum really bad, and postpartum can last if left untreated.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like yes, she's definitely a foreigner. She's not an American if we're talking about an American poster.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it does sound a lot like postpartum depression. But then the sleeping until noon to 2 p.m. also threw me off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It sounds like this poster like is doing what he should be doing, like as a husband. I don't know. What do
My
you think?
yeah, it's here's my take on it. He's like, I work from 8 to 6. It's not that he was like, oh, she made me breakfast. If she didn't, totally fine. They had this agreement ahead of time. And then, but my point is he's like, despite working from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., handling all immigration paperwork, taxes, bills, and grocery shopping, it's like, okay, so you are being a productive member in your relationship.
Mhm.
Like, just because you work 8 to 6, it sounds like you only want to be a provider. And this, what I get is like, this is what it's giving, like, household work is not work. It's like, oh, my wife stays at home. She doesn't do anything. It's like, well, she is staying at home. She does take care of the baby. And maybe when you come home, she now wants a break instead of now waiting on you hand and foot again,
That's
now that
true.
she has two people.
But
So
they had this agreement at the beginning.
yeah, and the way he words it here, um he's like, I acknowledged that she had an easier life the first 2 years of our marriage because she didn't work, and I reminded her that we had planned for this baby and understood it would require more work. I can't imagine any woman not realizing that.
But who is this woman? I think that we're missing a key detail.
Did she even want to have children? Is she someone who's like, oh, I didn't want to work. I just wanted to have a man to pay for the bills, kind of thing. Like, we don't know anything about this wife. Um, I would say this guy is like a low level asshole. Just a very, like, the slightest of an asshole, because it's like it is your co-child that you have together.
Right.
And just because you come home and you pay the taxes, which in America is quarterly if you own your own business, once a year at most, handling all the immigration paperwork, that will subside eventually. I went through it myself.
Right. Right.
And then handling the bills. I was like, okay, I pay the bills twice a month. It's like he's acting like he's doing a lot extra at the
Right.
house, but he's not. He literally just wants to come home and have dinner on the table. So it sounds like, and she could be very struggling. It's like, it's not just her
That's
child that you gave her, it's your
right.
child together,
Yeah.
So I would
So
be
you
like,
should be
yeah,
helping put the
you want to.
child down.
Yeah.
You should be helping clean up and like at least a few days a week.
Yeah.
Like your job is just providing the money for the bills.
And
And
if
like the thing is that he also goes grocery shopping, it sounds like. So who's
Yeah.
doing the cooking if he's going grocery shopping?
And you can get groceries delivered. You could help, like, you could have someone
That
come in and clean, so it's like all she would have to do, or you could pay for daycare. So it's like, if she's struggling in that new mom position, like, you could put your baby in daycare and kind of give her a couple of days off as well as she like
yeah.
transitions newly into it. But he
Yeah.
sounds like, I want her up making me breakfast. I want dinner on the table. Like, okay, you're going grocery shopping. Like, okay. I think there's a lot behind this story that the details are not telling us.
I think so too. I think we're missing a piece of the puzzle.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say, like 1 out of 5 assholes. He is one asshole out of 5. Like,
I think he's two assholes.
yeah. I could say he could probably do
2 out of 5.
more. Yeah, 2 out of 5. It's a low level asshole. That's what I'm gonna
Mhm.
say on my entry here.
But he should be checking on her postpartum depression and her mental health.
Yeah. And then
Period. If the baby's only a couple of months old.
And here's, he says, I offered to help by cleaning the first floor of our home. So this is a larger home, and putting our baby to bed several times a week, which as a dad, you probably should be doing. And it's like, you offered to help. Does that mean you did help?
Probably not.
Like, I act, what is it? Offers without actions is just like empty words at that point,
Yeah.
So it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That
So
phrase, I offered to help
I
by
offered
cleaning.
to help.
Why? Why did you offer to help? Why
It's your
don't
home as
men
well.
just help?
Yeah.
Why do we have to give them instructions when they see what's happening? Why can't they just, because of like, if it was me and you living together
Mhm.
and you had it, like, just to say this, you had a baby and
Mhm.
I saw you struggling, like you couldn't keep up after the baby's stuff. Like I
Mhm.
would, as your friend and a female, jump in and be like, what can I help? Like, let me pick this up. I wouldn't even
Mhm.
ask, what can I help? I would just start doing it. I
Yeah.
think that's like the big difference is for some reason, and I mean this generally, but men need to be followers. Like, why do they need orders and instructions for everything? Why?
Mhm.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And so I'm like, is the first floor of the house just what people will see? So it looks like she still got her, family still got their stuff together, you know? So
Mm-mm.
it's just like, yeah, you had agreed that you'd be the primary caretaker and housewife, but it's like, one, he sees it as just unpaid labor. Just because she stays home does not mean she is not working.
Right.
I don't think this OP.
I mean, here's the thing. Before she had the baby, I don't think she was really working because she she was sleeping till 2, which great, she's a night owl, but it didn't
Okay.
say that she was staying up all night. It said that she was sleeping until 2.
I'm not here to judge that because but he would say she would sleep until the early afternoon and then do household chores and wait for me to
Okay.
come home. So it's like
Right.
she was doing what was the expectation. And I was like, if you can get all your work, quote unquote, work done in a, like, she doesn't have to be up at 8 a.m. every day cleaning everything,
Right.
So it's just like, you know, so
Also, if they knew each other for the first 3 years, was she like that before?
yeah, it says, we knew each other
That
for
she
3 years before they got married. It doesn't say they like were to like live. Who knows?
Yeah. Again, I
Yeah.
feel like we're missing a piece of this puzzle.
Yeah. So I would say low level assholery
Low level asshole. 2 out of
because
5.
come home and just be a dad.
Yeah.
Come home, be a dad.
Yeah. Just if you see something that needs to be done, do it.
You're both working, and obviously you want to check out, and so she's upset that she doesn't get to check out. She doesn't get
Ever.
a break. So yeah.
We moms never get to check out. Are you kidding? What would that even be like?
So low level assholery. Yeah. So what is your am I the asshole story? Here we
Oh,
go.
this is gonna be a good one. I chose this one because I just got back from that bachelorette trip. So it's very related, like as far as like it being a bachelorette trip. Plus, I'll tell you afterwards. Okay, here
Mhm.
we go. Here we go. This weekend, 24 female, am having my bachelorette party in Miami, and I have invited all of my bridesmaids to join. We've been planning it for a while and decided to rent a house and have a pool party and go clubbing in the evening. I bought a copious amount of alcohol, us too, a new speaker, and picked a party friendly Airbnb so we can blast music and drink the weekend away. My matron of honor, 32 female, sent me a text message last night asking me if she could bring her 3-month-old baby along. 3 months old. She said that she feels uncomfortable leaving the baby I have so much to say already,
Mhm.
leaving the baby for the weekend. For context, she has 3 children and lives about an hour from the Airbnb. Leading up to the party, she's expressed her excitement and agreed to chip in for the total cost. So I didn't expect this one bit. I asked her if she could instead come by herself for the daytime portion rather than spending the night away from her baby. Since I sent that text message, she hasn't responded, and now I feel like the bad guy. I know it may sound selfish, but if she doesn't show up, then I'm going to be pretty upset, especially considering that she's my matron of honor. I really just don't think my bachelorette party is a place for a newborn. I figured I would ask online since I'm not a mom, so I don't know what it's like to be in her shoes. Am I the asshole for asking her to leave her newborn when oh, my page just decided to refresh?
Mhm.
Wonderful. Am I just am I the asshole for asking her to leave her newborn at home with her husband for the day so she can come to my bachelor party? Here's
I
the thing.
yeah, go on.
My sister's best friend planned this entire bachelorette party. Her baby is 1 month and 10 days old. She pumped the whole time, left her baby with her husband, brand new baby, first baby, not third baby, first baby.
Mm-hmm.
And we just, took the time, let her pump, and then we partied away.
Yeah.
It is crazy to ask somebody to bring your newborn baby when you live only an hour away. That's selfish. This matron of honor is the asshole.
Oh, the one who has the baby. Yeah. And I
The
was like, this is your
the
third
bound.
baby. Your husband, you're close if there's any emergencies. And two, it's more of like, this is not his first rodeo.
Right.
And it sounds like 3-month-old baby, you should need a break from those 3 kids.
Yeah.
So it's like whether the bride, I really feel like, and she's like, hey, I really want to see you. Just like, could you, if you're not comfortable, you can come to the daytime portion. Like, I think the bride, the OP is just, one, is like, I don't have kids. Is this too much to ask kind of thing? Two, it's just like, she's trying to be very accommodating to her friend, and I was like, this other person who is married, like, again, we don't know if she's a military spouse, if that other person isn't there. But I was like, if she's not bringing the other 2 kids and just bringing the infant, it's like, it sounds like there is childcare involved on the other side.
Yeah. But she
So,
also said, she said that like you could leave the baby with your husband in the post. So
yeah,
that means he's not gone. He's there.
he's there. Yeah. Yeah.
And
So,
she has like a workaround. Her
mhm.
friend is the asshole. The matron of honor is the asshole. How dare you think that any part of this is about you?
It's kind of like, what is it? Sweet Home Alabama. It's like, you have a baby in
In
a
a
bar,
yeah,
kind of thing. So it's just really like, and then of course she just, maybe the matron of honor is just like, she feels left out because maybe these other girls are single. Maybe they just don't really understand where she's at, and that's okay. But it's just also like you, this is a very specific example. This past weekend, you're like, we made time for her to pump. Like, we could make time. And here's the thing, a lot of what's going around now on TikTok is like the mom who's finishing the marathon and the dad kind of pushes the kids out in front of her before she goes to the finish line. Did you see that?
no,
And so, like, it's just the fact that I was like, there are moms that have a life outside of your children. You are
yeah,
a person that has a life outside of being a mother. You do not
yeah,
lose your identity and only become a mother.
yeah,
It is it's like, it's like you have a life. You are still, you don't have to lose all of your identity when you become a mother,
right.
you know?
Well, we do though. We
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
do. It's something that just happens. Your
Hmm.
identity is wrapped up in that baby. But
Hmm.
again, that it was a very selfish thing for the
Yeah.
matron of honor to ask to. It's a bachelorette
Yeah.
party. Have you never been to one of these? There's dicks flying around at those things.
Yeah.
There's
Like, it's not a
actual
place for,
penises flying around at a bachelorette party.
yeah.
Penis confetti, penis wall decorations, penis look dicks
Depends.
as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, yeah. And
Not
it's like,
an
that's not,
appropriate place for a newborn.
yeah. And I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna have like a low-key weekend. Like, you guys went to Universal, you kind of had this, you said it was a very wholesome bachelorette weekend.
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
awesome. Awesome.
Still
So sweet.
still drunk
Yeah.
out of our minds.
Yeah. And
Obliterate all of us.
yeah. And it's just like, is she gonna be the babysitter for everybody now? Because she has this child that, like, she shouldn't be drunk around carrying her infant. And it's just like, yeah, it's not an appropriate place for a baby. That's not what this weekend is about. And so it's just like, I think the bride is really trying to, like, make space to accommodate her needs as best she can, you know, just like, come
I'd be
out for the
mad.
day, hang out by the pool with us before we go out, what have you.
Yeah,
Because
I
it's
would be
like,
mad if
to
somebody asked me
me,
this.
to me, I had an actually experience with, I invited a friend out for a concert, and then she's like, "Can I bring my baby?" And I was like, and it was like a very young baby, and I was like, okay, but I want to see my, and I'm a child-free woman, but I was just more of like, I want to hang out with my friend, not my friend and her baby, you know? So it didn't end up working out, but it was just really like, you know,
I feel like that's a different situation though, because like a bachelorette party is something very specific. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, yes, do I want to hang out with my friends' babies? Not necessarily. I'm child free now. Like I have adult kids, right? It's very different. So I don't want to smell a shitty diaper, you know, like it gives me flashbacks of being
Yeah.
actually shit on. But like we played dick ring toss. We were walking around with dicks on our foreheads,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Like this is so selfish and so like I just don't understand how people don't think these things through. Like there's no empathy, there's no thought process behind wanting to bring your fucking baby to a bachelorette. What? What if
And yeah.
like why would you ask that? What if a male stripper shows up? You dumbass. That
Yeah.
happens all the time.
And are you going to be like, keep it down, the baby sleeping?
Seriously. With
Yeah.
a new speaker.
Yeah.
This she probably wanted to be the fuck she's gonna really wet blanket that entire fucking
And
that girl needs, I don't know. Do you think she needs to pick another maid of honor? Because I do.
here's the thing. Maybe because the way the matron of honor is acting, like she's not
Yeah.
answering calls, she's just not doing anything. And it's just like, if you guys are really that close, you should be able to talk it out. Or if you're just gonna ghost her because you don't get your way. Because let me tell you
That's
something,
crazy.
matron of honor, this is not your weekend. It is not about you.
Yep.
And if
That's
someone
exactly it.
says, especially if someone like I've been to weddings where it's just like this, there is a pond, there's a lake, there is open water. It is not a child safe environment, you know, like please, this is a child-free wedding and
Yeah. I've been to
exception.
plenty of weddings that were child free.
Yeah, and
Like
I was like,
specifically said it on the invitations,
mm-hmm,
child free wedding.
mm-hmm,
Please do not bring your children
yeah.
to our wedding. It
And then
said it
as
very
soon as you
specifically.
let it know, it's like, this is the time to be with your girls, you know? And so the fact that the matron of honor, like, isn't being respectful in a way to say, you're right, you know, like, hey, I don't feel comfortable being away from my baby. I can come out for a couple hours. Like, I'm sure I can pump when I'm there if she is breastfeeding. You know, it's like, oh, I'll come out and like hang out with you. But she's like, it's like the matron of honor is like all or nothing.
Yeah.
Like
My
all
way
or
or the
nothing.
highway.
Yeah. And it's just like, and now it puts the bride in a really weird situation where now there's like tension if it's going
Yeah.
to be around the wedding or what have you. It's just like, hey, you know, like,
You're fired. I would choose
yeah.
another person. Also, their age differences are interesting because it doesn't say that they're related, but I think they're sisters.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I think the age difference kind of gives it away. They're like
What was the
what, like
age difference? Refresh
eight
me.
years.
Mm-hmm.
The lady with the baby is 8 years older than her.
I wonder why she wouldn't have said that. Why? Like,
Maybe just to get not give that layer because
you're right.
people might
Well,
take that into account into their answers, but my answer stays the same. You need to choose a different matron of honor.
well,
Period. End of story. Whether it's
two,
your sister or your best friend, I don't care.
yeah, just because I am a child-free woman, my friends tend to be younger than I do. Like Dr. Bestie is like 8 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Lolo is 8 years younger than me. They were born in 1990. I'm like, get the fuck
Oh
out of here.
my God.
I know, but it's just like,
Yeah.
but who else could I hang out with? Because
Yeah.
women my age have children and I have nothing in common with them, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I do tend to have like a younger, like,
I do too.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I do too, but I think it's because I'm a vampire and I don't age.
I think so too. You know, not having children keeps me young.
Yeah.
Like I get all the beauty sleep I want, and it's like
Right.
I'm not worried about anybody. So
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
it.
I
I
just
love
I don't age. My sister kept telling me that. She's like, "How come I keep getting older and you look still the same?"
I know. I
I don't
really
know.
appreciate that the millennials
Really are
like
young looking.
we really are young looking.
Yep. It's because we
Okay.
got to experience the 90s.
I would say bride not an asshole.
No, not an
She's trying the
asshole.
best she can.
No,
Mhm.
maid of honor. matron of honor. What's the fucking
I hate
difference? Anyways, is it
yeah.
age? Because matron sounds old as fuck.
Matron means you're married.
Oh yeah, you married. Okay,
Married.
well,
Mhm.
whatever. I say she's a 5 out of 5 asshole.
Yeah.
Selfish ass bitch. I hate girls like that. Like, how are you so stupid and oblivious?
Yeah. This is not your rodeo. Or it's just like your husband's not it is your husband dumb? Like that you can't leave
That you
your
can't trust
kids?
him?
Yeah.
But then she's got other kids there. Who are you leaving your other kids with?
I don't know.
Probably the husband.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Husbands
Either
just be doing shit with kids anyways. You just got to let them do it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Yeah. Let them appreciate you. Even if you're gone for
Exactly.
a couple of hours,
Exactly. That's what
And
I
even
was telling the girl who went on our bachelorette trip. I was like, so you left it. That's pretty impressive that you left your 1.5-month-old baby alone with your
first
husband.
baby.
Like yeah, first baby. She was like, I needed a break, and that's his kid too. And I was like, bitch, hell yeah.
Yes.
Hell yes. I love hearing that. Let him parent. By day 2, he was like, this is very hard. When are you coming home? And she's like, oh, is it?
Is
Is it
it?
hard?
There?
And I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? You should ask him if he's done the dishes yet. Ask him
Mm.
looks. Because they just are trying to survive. They're just trying to survive.
Right?
So
Oh
cute.
my goodness. So yeah, that OP, not the asshole.
Not the
0 out of 0
asshole.
assholes. Yeah.
Not the asshole for that one.
Ooh, okay. This is a good one.
Okay.
Let's see. This is a little lengthy, but we're here for it. Um, am I the asshole for not appreciating the surprise getaway my husband planned? Off the bat, it sounds a little
Yes.
assholey.
Sounds asshole-ish. I would be
Okay.
so excited. But there's got to be
But
more
again,
details to
there's
this.
there is more detail to come. So am I the asshole
Okay.
for not appreciating the surprise getaway my husband planned? Okay. For the past month, my husband, 27 male, and I, 28 female, have been in a rut. We've been arguing about so many trivial things. Last week, he randomly asked me if I liked eating s'mores. I said I don't care for them and rarely do I ever crave them. He then asked me what I thought of cabins and camping. I told him I don't care for either, to be honest, and the only way I would go camping would if it was a glamping experience. He nodded and said, "Noted." Okay, this is a woman who's after my own heart. Like,
Yeah, you hate
glamping.
camping.
You know what? I'm a fucking Eagle Scout. I'm Girl Scout Gold
You
Award.
really are.
I've done
Yeah.
my time.
And you hated it.
No more. Yes.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm like, I've been there, done that, got the patch. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
Like, it's not that I couldn't survive out in the wild. I don't want to.
No, right.
Not
You
good.
know what they don't have out there? Mascara.
That's right. You know what? I'm outsidey, not outdoorsy. So
Right. I'm outside seeing that. I like to have my Jack Daniels and lemonade on my porch.
with some ice. Okay. So he asked, what do I think about cabins and camping? She's not really here for it unless it's glamping. She has expressed herself. He says, noted. Today, he tells me to be ready and dressed by 4 p.m. because we have a date planned. I put on a cute outfit because all he told me was we have a special date planned. Any other time he said that, the date usually involves us going to a fancy restaurant. So I put on a skirt, some heels, and a top. He sees my outfit, doesn't say anything. The only thing I noticed was odd was that he brought his backpack with him. I asked him why, and he said he just wanted to put his hoodie somewhere in case it got cold later. We
Um,
we get into the car, and 20 minutes into the drive, I asked him how far the restaurant is we're going to. He smiles and says, "About an hour." I pull my phone and start responding to some work emails to kill time. And then we arrived at our destination. I honestly got so upset. It was a super tiny trailer in the middle of the West Virginia woods. There was a small picnic table outside and just let me see. There was a small picnic table outside and just woods. I asked him what we were doing there, and he turns to me and says, "Surprise, we're having a couples retreat. Do you like it?"
No, bro, I don't like it.
I walk inside the trailer, and mind you, my husband knows I am extremely claustrophobic. There is no room inside this trailer. I start panicking because A, I need physical space, and B, I'm in heels and a skirt in the middle of the woods. C, he's packed PJs, his toothbrush, and a change of clothes, but didn't think to tell me I'd be needing anything for this date.
I hate him.
At this point, I just blatantly ask him, have I ever expressed any interest in camping to you? He said no. And then I followed up with, you know how much I hate small spaces. What made you think I'd enjoy this? I just really want to understand. He didn't say anything. I told him I appreciated the gesture, but could not for the life of me figure out how he thought planning this in the way he did was going to help us get out of a rut. This isn't the first time he's planned something for me that I hated. And the worst thing, I've told him before, if I've never expressed interest in something, to please not gift it to me or plan a date around it. I do a very good job at giving him very extremely thoughtful gifts and planning him very thoughtful date/experiences. And today I'm told that it just seems like there isn't and today I told him that it just seems like there isn't any consideration for me in that regard. Am I the asshole for reacting the way that I did?
No, he's the asshole. What the fuck? Do you not? One, he didn't listen. He doesn't see her. He doesn't hear her. He doesn't give a shit about what she needs or wants as far as in this relationship. He's the asshole. Also, what kind of trailer is it that you were panicking? Because in my head, I'm picturing like the inside of the 8 Mile trailer, like the teeny tiny, like just
Mhm.
single
Like you could like
wide
hook it up to like,
28-foot trailer, like tiny,
oh,
like
I'm thinking like a camping trailer,
camping, like a
like
camper.
like a camper. I'm thinking like a camper. So
Yeah.
here's the thing. One, it's like, do you like s'mores? I'm like, I can understand how that can facilitate a camping because I got s'mores fixins here, like
Yeah.
that's a summer dessert.
No.
But here's the thing. He might think camping could be like backpacking. And he might think having this RV adjacent trailer is glamping. When I am like, is there Wi-Fi and a blow dryer? Is it just a very nice hotel room out in the woods? Is it a glamour
Also,
yurt? So
seeing her dressed in heels and a skirt, bro, you're not going to tell her to bring other clothes?
he just tells her, just get dressed, just we're going out. He doesn't tell her it's a weekend. He doesn't tell her, hey, oh, like, I'm so sorry. Because this is how it kind of works in my mind. Like, I know the story in my mind of like the scenario, and I may not express that to my partner. So I'm like, it makes sense in my mind. I'm so sorry that it's not like
Yeah.
telepathically you understand exactly what's going on in my mind. But the fact is, I was like, what are you going to do out there? Like, she's in heels and a skirt. She has not a nary a whisper of bug spray. Like,
There's
what if she
nothing.
had plans this weekend? What is she supposed to do? He packed his pajamas. He packed his toothbrush. He packed his hoodie.
She needs to divorce him.
Yeah. Like
She
this.
needs to divorce him.
So
I understand that that's an extreme reaction, but that is an example of how much he gives a fuck about her.
yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like, oh, he's like, oh, glamping. One, he might think that is glamping when that is not even close to glamping, you
Hell
know?
no, it's not.
No. And then it's also like, he didn't even put any thought or care into like her needs. Okay, if I just showed up and like ready for a fancy dinner, if I go out in a maxi dress, and then I was like, I'm in this cabin in the woods. Thank God you're a safe man that I trust because you're my husband at this point. But it's like, um, now I'm miserable because I have no comfy clothes. I have nothing. I have
Yeah.
no shoes. I can't walk around. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
What is
Divorce.
there to do? Like, he is not a
Div-
thoughtful man.
He's not. He's selfish.
And he didn't tell her to bring anything on this date either, or say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't express to you where we would be going. You might want to wear some more." Like, it's a cash date. Like, go put some yogs on, baby, and some tennis
Yeah,
shoes, you know.
nothing. Grab your toothbrush because I have reservations somewhere.
And he's
Like,
and then she's like, "What's going on? Why did you bring your backpack?" And he's like, "Oh, he just wanted to put his hoodie somewhere in case it got colder." So it's
yeah,
like,
but he actually had his shit in there.
but he didn't,
Divorce.
yeah, but it's like like he didn't even allude to what it could be. It's like he put her in a position for her to be miserable and then to play the victim about it. And then for him to be like, she didn't even like this thing I did for her. I was like, if someone took me,
I'd be
like,
mad, dude.
hey, like, I hate bugs, but like, hey, we're gonna give you this fully immersive bug experience where you're gonna put your arm in this terrarium. Like, I'd been like, get that, absolutely not. I'm not touching anything. No,
But she even told him, like, I don't like
I
camping
don't
and
want it.
I don't like s'mores.
I don't like s'mores and I
No.
don't like, and yeah. And to me, if someone asked me, do you like camping? I was like, unless it's glamping, but it's like, I don't even want to do that. What's your favorite thing to bring on vacation? Let me tell you, an oceanfront hotel room.
Literally.
You know,
Room
yeah.
service.
Room service. Yeah. I was
Room
like,
service.
from going and being like, and my dad was the outdoor consultant for our Girl Scout troop. So it's not like I was getting out of it. You
Yeah,
know,
no, you weren't.
my sister will tell this story where we came home and she's like, "You went straight to the bathroom and I just heard the toilet flush. I didn't even go. I just like watched the plumbing." And I was like, "And back to civil."
Rachel, calm down. Are you serious?
Yeah, she'll tell you that story. So it's just like, and I think she's like, "I think I heard the toilet like 3 times." It was just like,
You had to watch it to appreciate it. You were like, I love
like I'm
modern technology. Flush.
flush, flush,
Look at this working plumbing.
flush.
Flush.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Hmm.
It's probably
Yes.
that's probably what she's gonna do.
Yeah. And so, and the fact that it's like he d- he wasn't like, "Oh, that's really sweet. She thinks I'm going to surprise her and be like, I got everything you needed, baby." Like, he could have salvaged this.
Yeah.
He could have. But it's like he didn't bring anything. And I want to
No,
know, did she make him turn around and take her immediately back home?
I would have.
Was she stuck?
How long was this drive?
At least an hour, at least 90 minutes, an hour and a half, because she said they were driving for 20 minutes and he says about an hour. So at least an hour to like an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's not far. That's not too far to not take her back.
Yeah.
Like, this could have been great.
Mm-hmm.
He could have gotten a beautiful cabin
Yeah.
with the jacuzzi.
Yes.
He
Mm-hmm.
could have done that. He could have made sure she had pajamas and toiletries, some comfy shoes. He could have not only brought stuff for s'mores, but maybe stuff to put on the Barbie. You know what I'm saying? He could have
Did he bring any
brought.
food?
It didn't say that
Not like you
either.
got any food? Yeah. It's like, okay, let's roast some hot dogs. Let's roast some
A
steak, whatever
a
it
back,
is.
like, literally, he put zero
Yeah.
thought into this.
And
He
she
put
said,
zero thought into it.
yeah. Uh, what made you think I'd enjoy this? I just really want to understand. And he didn't say anything. I told him I appreciated the gesture, but I could not for the life of me figure out how he thought planning this the way he did was going to help us get out of this rut. It's like, let's just double down on it getting worse. This makes
He
our
didn't
relationship
even
worse.
planning. I put that in loose ass quotes. Loose.
Mhm.
He didn't do any. He put zero effort into this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Zero.
He only
What
cared
did he do?
about
He
him.
drove her out to the middle of nowhere while she's dressed to the nines.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Divorce him.
Yeah.
This is not a mistake. This is a man telling you exactly who he is. That's
And
exactly what that is. He's not going to change. He's going to be this thoughtless, this careless throughout
mhm.
the entire marriage. He's never going to change.
And she says, this isn't the first time he's planned something for me that I hated. And she says, I'm
This
very thoughtful in my gift giving to him, which I'm a very thoughtful gift giver as
you
well.
are.
And so it's
You are.
like, it really hurts when someone is so like just
Like,
careless.
yeah,
With
careless,
something.
thoughtless. Like
Because
you're just not even bothering to think about the other person or the details that you have learned about them throughout your time knowing them.
obviously she loves to go out to a nice dinner.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to plan that,
Yeah, very
you know.
easy, as a matter of
Instead
fact.
of
It's easy to turn that up just a little notch. For
and
real.
and to like then I'm like you're like laughing at her in your mind. That is like
Yep.
look at her. Like so here's the thing,
Yeah.
she is in fucking purgatory right now because she can't even be inside the trailer since it's tiny,
Yep.
let alone like be outside because he's like, I have a hoodie in case it gets cold. Did he pack her? Are there two hoodies?
Nope.
I'd be in the car. I'd be like, peace out. I'm leaving. You know?
Honestly, it seems like he's using this as an excuse to like push her away, like as a way to
Yeah,
push
it's
her
like
away more.
there's those feeds
Like
or those
he
like
doesn't like you.
men who treat their women like shit, but they won't break up with them because they're waiting for them to break up with them. But the women are like, I'm trying to get like he'll change, or I want to be in love with I'm in love with who he used to be, or I have
Yep.
faith in our relationship, and they hang on. But it's like there's these like feeds and channels. They're just like I'm treating my girlfriend like shit purposefully, but she won't leave me, you know?
Yep, I've seen those too. It just
Yeah.
sounds like this guy doesn't even like his wife.
Yeah. So
That's
no,
very clear.
yeah,
You
she's
can
not
really
the ass.
tell when a man likes his woman. You can really, really tell.
Yeah.
He sees her. He's thoughtful about what he does for her. He makes sure to continuously try to make her smile. And this motherfucker does not like her.
Yeah.
Period. He
He
doesn't like
likes
her.
fucking her anatomy.
That's it. He
He does
likes seeing
not
her to
like her.
jerk it.
Yeah. Because if he actually really cared about his wife, he would have like it's not that hard to go out to dinner.
You
Mm-mm.
know what? Like if your lady likes to go out for dinner, take it up a notch. Buy her the outfit. Leave that out. That doesn't even have to cost a lot. You can order a fucking dress from Amazon for $20.
Dude,
Just get
right?
something you would love to see her in her size. You have
Mm-hmm.
access directly to her closet. Go look at her dress sizes.
Mm-hmm.
See, you can see what she wears. You'll know what she likes. If you're married, you know what her shoe size is. Throw a cute little dress. You spend $50 on an outfit, throw a dress and a pair of cute shoes
Mm-hmm.
onto the bed. See, be ready by 7, have the reservations done, meet her at the door with flowers in
Mm-hmm.
a vase already cut.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Buy the bottle of wine at dinner. Don't fucking order a glass. You know what I'm
Mm-mm.
like? This is not hard.
Yeah.
This is, you guys like to go out on dinner dates? Take it up a notch.
Yeah.
We love that. But this guy is very clear. He doesn't like her. He doesn't even like his wife. And then she says they've been having problems. Can't imagine why.
Yeah. Because you he doesn't know you. He doesn't know
He
you.
doesn't, he
Mm-mm.
knows her. He did that on purpose.
He did. He did. And like didn't even set her up for success to be like, oh no, baby, like I got your clothes. I got
Yeah, I
everything
got
you need.
everything.
You know, but it's like, yeah, but he still couldn't have saved it because it's like she hated being in the trailer. You know, it's just like, I don't like this. Like, and she doesn't
I
have to put
just,
up with it either.
I just
So
imagine like this tiny little 70s single wide
I
gooseneck
let me
trailer in the middle of the woods because it's West Virginia, right? There's a lot of those.
let me
I'm gonna
tell
be
you,
honest, like I'm close to where this story happens. There's a lot of little trailers in the woods.
and I grew up in a double wide trailer. I bet I know exactly what that trailer smells like.
Oh, old yarn.
I was like, it must, yeah, like the paneling in there too. Like,
Oh yeah, I smell stale old yarn, and I don't
yeah,
know what that is. Like that's the only way I can
yeah,
express
I
like.
can't describe it, but I was like, anyone who like kind of knows what I'm saying, like, we know. Yeah.
Mhm.
So definitely not the asshole. Husband is the asshole here. Husband is
Husband is
the
the
asshole
asshole.
here.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5 asshole play.
Asshole.
Are you ready for your last one?
Ooh, this is gonna be really good because I personally have hated Every mother-in-law I've ever had, except the last one, she was okay, but her son was a piece of shit, and I feel like that might be, I don't know.
Mm.
Like I wanna blame the parents every time the dude's an asshole, but she was really sweet, but like, I don't know. Anyways, not a fan of mother-in-laws
Okay, mother-in-laws. I've
in
never had to
general.
deal with any of them. Like, yeah.
They can be really bad, especially boomer mother-in-laws.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So my
this one
mother-in-law had passed
says,
before I married my husband, so
sorry.
no mother-in-law drama.
Yeah, this one says, am I the asshole for finally snapping at my overbearing mother-in-law and threatening to leave my husband?
Right now I'm gonna say not the asshole, but go on.
Yeah, no, immediately, if it's an overbearing mother-in-law,
Mhm.
there's already a weird ass relationship between the mom and the son. It's a no fucking thank you
Yeah.
for me. No
Okay.
fucking thank you. Okay.
Mm. Okay. Should she leave her husband because of the overbearing mother-in-law? Got it.
Right.
Hmm.
Am I the asshole in this situation? Because I'm at my wit's end. My husband, 34 male, and I, 32 female, have been together since high school, and we've been married for 8 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
We've always had a strong relationship, but there's one person who constantly causes issues: his mother. Let's call her Millzilla.
No.
I used to call them monster in-laws.
Okay.
Like the movie, the Jennifer Lopez movie.
Hmm.
This Millzilla is cute though too.
Hmm.
Let's call her Millzilla. Ever since we started dating, Millzilla has been a nightmare. At first, it was little things like making snide comments about my clothes or how I wasn't good enough for her precious son. She's one of those that is literally in love with her own son. It's weird and disgusting. And as a boy mom myself, knock it the fuck off, you weirdos.
Hmm.
Like, stop being jealous of your kid's girlfriend. That makes no sense. It makes no sense. Anyways, um, but I had a sliver of hope that these comments would perhaps go away. Unfortunately, over the years, it has escalated to a
Hmm.
point where I literally cannot take it anymore. Here's a couple of examples. Our wedding. She had the audacity to, this is the first time I'm reading this, so I'm
Okay.
reacting in live
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
Guess what color dress she wore, Rachel?
Should she wear a white dress?
Bitch, she wore a white dress and then she pretended to faint to draw attention away from us.
Mhm.
I could go way more into detail about this absurd story, but it's really not relevant. Pregnancy. Oh my God, imagine how she reacted. When I
Mhm.
got pregnant with our first child, she kept insisting that she move into quote unquote help because I wouldn't know what to do. I put my foot down and said no, but she started showing up unannounced almost daily, criticizing everything I did. I have so much to say. I have so much to say.
Mhm.
My husband has always been a bit of a mama's boy. He insists that she means what? Oh no, let me go back. Parenting. Here's another one.
Okay.
Here's another example. She constantly undermines my parenting decisions, from what our kids eat to how we discipline them. She even told our daughter that she could have ice cream for breakfast if she asked grandma instead of mommy.
Okay.
Dude, my husband has always been a bit of a mama's boy. He insists that she means well and that I should just let it go. He never stands up to her, and it's caused a lot of tension between us. I've tried to be patient and understand that he's in a tough spot, but last weekend was the final straw. We were hosting a small family gathering for our daughter's birthday. Everything was going well until Millzilla decided to give our daughter a puppy as a surprise gift without asking us first. I believe gifting someone an animal, especially someone's child, is really inconsiderate without asking the parents first. Our daughter has allergies, and we explicitly told everyone that we couldn't have pets. When I confronted her, she turned on the waterworks, claiming I was trying to ruin her relationship with her granddaughter. And then I lost it. I yelled at her in front of everyone, telling her that she was selfish and manipulative, and that if she didn't start respecting our boundaries, she wouldn't be welcome in our lives anymore. And then she stormed out. Now my husband believes he, now my husband has been thoroughly furious with me. That's a weird way to
Mhm.
put that. Anyways, thoroughly furious. He says I overreacted and I should apologize to my mother-in-law to keep the peace.
Okay.
No, there's no fucking way. My husband and I have had many conversations about his mother over the years. I've tried counseling, both individually and as a couple, but he's always made excuses for her. This was not a sudden outburst, but a result of years of buildup. I'm so tired. I love my husband, but I just can't keep living like this. I tried to set boundaries, but they're constantly ignored. I told my husband that if he doesn't start supporting me and standing up to his mother, I'm going to start seriously considering filing for divorce. Now he's accusing me of being manipulative and giving him the ultimatum. So, am I the asshole for snapping at my mother-in-law and threatening to leave my husband over this?
I say no, because this is how I feel. When you marry into a family, that new family is now your priority, and you have left your familial home, right?
Yep.
So it's like my partner would be my number one priority. Like, my parents are the past. I can still love my parents, but it's like they are not number one in my life. My family that I am building in the future is my priority, is how I
Agree.
feel. And so it's just like, one, her husband is a fucking handsy ass pussy because he is not standing up to his mommy. But again, it's like, he's not, he's like, oh, just let it happen. Or like, I'm sure he's not around when the mother-in-law speaks to the wife like that. So he might just be like, oh, you're just overreacting. And I understand that she doesn't want to put him in a weird situation. But at this point, like a lot of divorces, mine included, it's always the straw that breaks the camel's back, not this big thing. And especially they're they're she giving that puppy is performative in front of everybody. She
Yep.
should know that her granddaughter has allergies. And second of all, to then you can't keep the puppy. You're going to break the daughter's heart no matter what. And it's like, this family is not set up for success to have a puppy, let alone even if she didn't have allergies or not, you know, to be like, that's a big family decision to get a puppy, a dog, an animal, responsibilities. Do they have time for it? How big packed are their schedules for sports? Do they travel a lot? It's just like, oh, she's just gonna love it. It's like, that woman is so self-centered about anything that she wants. And it's just like, hey, if you're visiting grandma's and she let us have ice cream for breakfast, okay, that's at grandma's. But that is not at your house undermining the nutritional needs that your children need and to be a good mom and parent too. So it's just like, this man needs to stand up to his mother and start choosing his family, or he'll have to go and live with his mama because his wife is like, I'm sick of it. And no woman gets to her wits' end like that and just is like, I'm just going to divorce you because I don't like your mom. She's been putting up with this for probably half of her life.
She has been. They've been
Mhm.
together since high school, it says.
And it's just like, this mother-in-law needs to know, like, the wife, he married her, like, she's not going anywhere. And the whole point is like, you're not in, I wish momzilla's like this, was like, you're not in competition with your daughter. Like, you want your son to have a great wife, but like, not too great, because the mom has to be better. So those are
Mom's
my,
like
my
this.
off the cuff thoughts, but I'm very interested to hear what you have to say.
Mom's like this. Mother-in-law's like this. They don't want their sons to be married.
Mm-hmm.
She gave that
No
kid
one's good
a
enough.
nope. She gave that kid the puppy so that the mom could tell her no.
Mm-hmm.
She gave that kid the puppy so that she could pit the daughter, the granddaughter, between the mom and the grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
so that the kid would hold that against the mom,
Mm-hmm.
because she is absolutely trying to break up that marriage. And she is absolutely, when that marriage breaks up, she will try to take the kids. That is what these mother-in-laws fucking do. They're pieces of shit human beings. I fucking hate my ex-mother-in-law. When
Mhm.
she goes, I'm going to just shit all over her. I don't even care. I hate her. She was the worst person. My former mother-in-law weaseled her way into my birthing room. She was the worst human being, Rachel. I
Mhm.
didn't fight against my first husband for custody of my daughter. I fought against my fucking mother-in-law.
Mm.
She wanted custody. She wanted me to pay her child support. She wanted to put my daughter on her taxes. It
Mm-mm.
was crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Nothing I ever did was good enough. If my daughter went to visit her, the woman would change my daughter out of the clothes that I put her in,
Mhm.
put her into clothes that she wanted her in, which were fucking ridiculous. Just the dumbest looking shit. Why do you have my daughter in? She looks like a fucking clown.
Mm.
One time she cut her hair without my permission. Rachel, she cut off all of her baby curls. And then when I asked her for the lock of hair for when she cut her hair without my permission, she said, "Oh, I don't have any."
Mm.
In my family, it's a tradition to grow out our hair until we are 13.
Oh,
As
dang.
a
Okay.
as a female, like that's a tradition. Our hair is in I like it's an important part of our culture. Like we don't cut
Mhm.
our hair as women in my
Mhm.
family
Mhm.
until we are 13. Like you see
Mhm.
pictures, we have very long hair until we're 13 and then we chop it all off.
Mhm.
That was my plan for my daughter. She gave my daughter a fucking bob to her chin and bangs. She's got a circle. My daughter has a circle shaped face. It looked ridiculous on her. She keeps calling my daughter's like, I look like Lord Farquaad, mom.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I'm like, this story is so fucking relatable. My mother-in-law would send me emails and berate me on my parental choices,
Mhm.
on what I was doing with my kids, telling me I'm a bad mom. She would send me emails if I didn't send back the clothes that she bought to her house.
Mhm.
It was the craziest thing I've ever been through in my life. This woman is the exact same way. And her husband, this woman's the wife's
Mhm.
husband
Mhm.
needs to take his mom's titty out of his fucking mouth
Yeah. Because he's
because
not
he's
standing up
still
to her.
suckling on the teat.
Mhm.
Period. The mom does not want him to be married to anybody. The mom wants her son to stay living in her house
Mhm.
because she gave birth to the only man who will ever love her unconditionally, because probably she's a fucking nightmare in all other fucking realms of her life.
Yeah, and if this woman, if the mother-in-law truly wanted to like care about the wife, it'd be like, are you struggling with your newborn? I'm happy to help when you're available. Not you're not going to know what to do. It's like, how do you know I don't know what to do? Maybe she was firstborn. Maybe she was like parentified as a child. Maybe she, like,
Me,
yeah, you know what to do.
I knew
Doesn't
exactly
matter.
what to
Or
do.
just
And
be
she
like,
constantly
let me show
berated me
you
about, yeah,
to set you up for success. No, I'm going to do it over. And let me tell you, I bet that grandmother, that momzilla, if the OP, if the wife was like, "Oh, just it's a special occasion, it's your birthday. I'm going to give you ice cream for your birth for breakfast." That grandmother would have just gone off the rails of like, "You shouldn't do that." You know what I'm
yep,
saying? Like,
yep,
so I was just like, "This woman needs to leave. She should have left yesterday." Because again, he won't change. That husband will not stand up to his mom until because he doesn't think she's going to leave. That's the thing. And
no,
when
he
she
doesn't.
does, he'll be like, "Oh, okay." And then at that point, it's too late because husbands, in my experience, he left me and then he was like, "Oh, whatever you need, like we can get back together." And I was like, "It is too late.
He needs to cut
It
his
is
mom off.
too late."
Yep,
Have healthy boundaries because she's saying, "I've put healthy boundaries in," and it just no, like he's not listening to her.
nope,
He can't say no to his mom. So it's like they need to go as a family, no contact. But it sounds like she's
yep,
in town, like she's close. So it's just like at that point, it's like, forget about it. So I was like, if this is his last chance. This is the ultimatum. He's like, "Oh, you're being manipulative." It's like, I'm putting a boundary in place. You can do whatever you want to do.
yeah,
But this, if it keeps happening, I don't have to live like this. And the fact that he doesn't care that his wife is miserable. He's just like, oh, everything's fine.
You should just let it go.
Just let it go.
Why?
No.
Why?
Yeah.
We are your family, period. You're so right.
Mhm.
Like I just saw this post. I just saw a question, of like a post of a question on Facebook. Like answer, like who do you agree you should put your spouse in the family you're making with them before your birth family, like who you were, the family you were born into? And I would argue that, yeah, first of all, yes,
Yeah.
because the family that you choose is a much stronger bond than the family that you're born into,
Mhm.
period.
Yeah.
Because you actually have to find and cultivate those relationships and work on them and make sure they're continuously healthy. Whereas I can call my sister a Cuntosaurus Rex and tell her I hope she jumps off a fucking building. And then by the next day, we're sending each other memes back
Yeah.
and
And
forth. You know what I'm saying?
you're
You
still
don't have a
sisters
choice.
no matter
You
what.
gotta love me, you little bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like your husband, your wife, you got to work on that relationship. You have to constantly cultivate it and make sure that it's healthy, because you can't tell your wife that you want her to go jump off a fucking bridge and that you hate her fucking guts and
No.
then expect her, your family to still be working. But like, you know, like your blood relatives, you absolutely can do that. That's just the way families work. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's the way siblings work.
Yeah.
It's the way, it just like you're born into that. Your family that you choose is so much more important, as far as like cultivating and taking care of a relationship than the family that you're fucking born into. Don't get me wrong. Love my family.
Yeah.
They're great. But if I'm ever married again, then my spouse is going to be my priority. My children are always my priority
Yeah.
over
Like
like what my
this.
family wants me to do.
And good thing for the OP, the poster, to just say like, I don't need to be treated like this. And no, you do
Right.
not. Absolutely not.
No,
And
she
it's
doesn't deserve.
like that husband is gonna lose everything just because he doesn't know where his balls are. Because they're in
Yeah,
his mom's purse.
they really are. They
And
are
I'm
in
not
his
saying
mom's
they need to be
purse.
in his wife's purse. No, you can be a fair and equitable partnership because she loves her husband.
Yeah,
But she's just like, I, why does she need to be the doormat to his mom? And I'm
yeah,
sure
that shit
he's
don't
heard
make no
about it
fucking
for
sense.
years and the fact that he will do nothing. I was like, you are
The,
guilty by association, my friend. Like,
it was
sh-
really, honestly, it's brave.
shame on
She
you,
knew what
husband.
that, yeah. If, but here's the thing, you knew what his mom was like in the fucking first place. What did you think was going to happen? Did you think that she was going to get better? Did you think that because he's never
Well,
stuck up for you?
yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like when you're young, like to me, I'm like, all you need is love, kind of thing. So it's like she may not have understood what was coming. Or as a girlfriend had been like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like it's not gonna work. And it's like as soon as you get married, it like gets worse the longer you're in it, kind of thing.
She fainted at the wedding. I can't imagine what else she fucking did.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what else
Hmm.
she fucking, if she was fainting and drawing away
And wore a white
attention.
dress, it's just
Oh
like,
my
and
God.
again, I was like, no matter how like oblivious her husband could be like, your mom wore a white dress to a wedding. Everybody knows that.
Your
Everybody.
mom, your mom wore a white dress, not to a wedding, to your wedding, bro. Like she was marrying you. It's incestuous and weird. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
so fucking tired of these boy moms being weird about their sons. Like the way I know that my son is going to make an amazing husband, I can't wait genuinely for my son to bring me home another daughter.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I am thrilled.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I could never. Do you want help with the baby? You guys want to come over? I'd love to help you. You guys got to go home after
Yeah.
that. I would never fucking want to live with my son and his wife with a new baby unless like that was like something they needed from me. You know what I'm
Yeah. Which
saying?
they can ask for.
Ask. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
literally insane. He's
So,
on his mommy's titty, and his mommy wishes she could fuck her son.
mm-hmm.
Period. It's
Yeah.
Oedipus issue.
Yeah.
This is an Oedipal issue, and that woman should run. She should stick to her guns
Because here's the
with
thing.
the ultimatum, and then
Yeah.
she should leave because he's not going to leave.
Because this is what I think is going to happen. If she says, I will leave you if I will divorce you if you do not fix this, he'll be like, oh, okay. There's going to be one very brief conversation with his mom. Nothing will change. It will
Yeah.
change 3 months at most. And then it'll just fall back to these old patterns. And then the wife or the momzilla will hate the wife even more.
Yep. And she'll
I
continue
was
to
like,
do it.
so I
She'll
was like,
continue
yeah.
to pull this shit. And you know what she's trying to do? She's trying to break them up
Mm-hmm.
so that because here's the thing, grandparents can file visitation rights. So
Mm.
they can get a version of custody where you are required to
Mm-hmm.
let that child visit that grandparent. And because of that, I think that what she's trying to do is not only break them up, but eventually get some kind of custody of that child.
To be like, I'm the best woman in your life.
I'm
No one
better.
can measure up to me.
Literally. She
No.
sounds fucking narcissist too. So
Yeah. So poster not the asshole.
not the
Not
asshole.
the asshole. I was like,
And
and you
get a
should.
divorce.
And you should. Absolutely. Oh,
Both of us are like, dump him.
dump his ass.
The first and the last one and this one, dump him.
Dump him.
Dump his
Dump his ass.
fucking ass.
Yeah.
Men are not the price.
Mm-mm.
They
Oh,
are not the price.
I said excellent whiskey bent portion of
I know. I love those. Am I not the asshole?
I
Those
know.
are
And
so fun.
yes, we're gonna have more to come. And listeners, if you want to send in your own "Am I the Asshole" story, and we'll keep you
Yes.
anonymous and talk about it on the podcast. Or if any feedback you have on any of these stories, you can always email us at checkthisout@blackandwhitefield.com. But in the meantime, Jackie, I see you shuffling those cards. So it is now time for the spellbound portion of the podcast. Are you ready?
Yes. I'm so ready. It's full moon coming up.
Well, something.
Like
Mm-hmm.
very soon. I don't have this month's full moon on my calendar for some reason. I think it's because I've been so busy traveling. But I know it's either tonight, like it's or over this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And the next week we're gonna have like the full moon cycle coming. So this should be really interesting. We love a full moon. You manifest under a full moon.
We're ready. Let's charge my crystals.
Charge your crystals, light your candle,
Which,
meditate on that intention.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go.
I'm ready.
Alrighty. Interesting.
Mm.
Okay. First and foremost, we have the Four of Pentacles.
Ooh, Four of Pentacles. Okay.
I feel like I'm getting better, and I feel like I know exactly what this one is, but I'm still gonna look it up because I don't know. As when you start learning your tarot cards, like you start to feel like in the back of your head what they are, but I'm
Mhm.
still like learning this deck, so I still like to look up the
Yeah.
meaning.
Double check.
So
Yeah.
I love that we have been doing this am I the asshole readings, because the Four of Pentacles has a lot to do with being protective,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of mistrusting people and just standing firm in your protectiveness over like your own energy,
Mm-hmm.
which has a lot to do with what we were just reading. Like, protect your energy. If you feel
Yeah.
like you're the asshole, really like think about you're probably not, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's
Probably
why
not.
women always second guess themselves and be like, you're
We
not.
do. And I feel like a lot of the posters that we were reading were women.
Mm-hmm.
So Four of Pentacles has a lot to do with mistrust, holding firm in your like mistrusting people around you.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking about this fucking monster-in-law. So
Yeah.
we erect strong walls to keep us safe that we have earned.
Mm-hmm.
It's wise to protect what we treasure, for the fear of a thief can rob us of the joy we may experience from our belongings. And to
Mm-hmm.
hold on tight to hold on too tight is to squeeze the life out of life.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Healthy boundaries, ma'am.
Keep those healthy boundaries. Really protect your energy. That's what I feel like I need to say. Keep protecting your energy, even when you feel like like, am I the fucking asshole? Not if you're
Oh.
protecting your energy, honey.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. All right. The second one is it's the moon, but it's upside down.
Mm-hmm. The moon. Okay.
Mm-hmm. We've had the moon before. It's about instinct and intuition, psychic information, delusions and madness, but it's upside down. So it sounds like it's almost like questioning your intuition, not going with your intuition, like the opposite of it. This one is upright. It's like telling you, like, go ahead and listen to your intuition because it's right.
Mm-hmm.
Upside down, I feel like it's like you're not listening to your intuition at all,
Which is why you need support from
which is why you need support. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then finally is, I'm pretty sure this is the Hierophant.
Ooh, okay.
Upside down. It was upside down. Sorry.
Okay.
The Hierophant, it has to do with traditional values, conservative approaches, um, cooperation, earning your place, dogmatic approaches. So that's upright.
Mm-hmm.
This way, it seems more like that's this way. This is the traditional values, but
Mm-hmm.
upside down, it's more like the opposite of that. Um, how do I put this into words?
Say it again. So what was it right side up?
The one that I'm really, so right side up is traditional values and conservative approaches,
Mm-hmm.
but this seems more, when it's upside down, it seems more of like a go with your gut.
Yeah, like think outside the box. Like
Think
don't
outside
do
the box.
what
Don't,
everyone is
yeah,
always telling you to do. You're like, no,
right,
that's not gonna work for me. I have to go my own way.
right. It's not about, it's more like demand your place, demand what you want, demand your place in your role. Don't do what everybody else is telling you to do.
Mm-hmm.
Take what you know is right for you,
Mm-hmm.
not what tradition is telling you, and go for it.
Ooh.
Do what makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like it.
that's what I
Yeah.
feel, that's what I'm getting in my gut. I
It
don't know if
feels,
I'm right,
I
but
don't
I feel
know.
like that's what I'm getting in my gut.
Yeah, these cards are just telling me like trust your intuition, stand in your own power and just be empowered in your
Yeah.
own. Trust
Yeah.
yourself. Yeah.
Don't go with what society is telling you is quote unquote right.
Mm-mm.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
Go down your path because that's where it's correct. That is the next right thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really
Oh.
interesting. What an interesting one for the am I the asshole? Especially since everybody's asking questions like second guessing themselves
Mm-hmm.
almost
Yeah.
in these questions. So it feels like the cards are like, no. Don't listen. You know what's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. You
You know.
know that you're looking for validation. You don't even need it.
Yeah. Yes.
So especially with the lady in the woods and the mother-in-law. Fuck that
Done.
mother-in-law. Divorce that husband.
Yeah.
Can't handle it.
Get done. Get done with it.
Get
Uh,
over it.
Jackie. Oh, that's a fun episode. I know we're going to have more in the future, but in the meantime, feel free to join us over on Patreon for early release episodes and extra behind the scenes bonus content. And then in the meantime, feel free to also reach out to us on our social medias, whiskey bent spellbound, and email us at check this out at blackandwhitefield.com. But in the meantime, Jackie, until next time, whiskey
Clinkies.
clinkies. Love you.
Love you. Bye.